Bring it back out. Okay. Mine's right over here. I gotta check your name.
Are we clear? Okay. So just because they're here in this room does not mean that they have been endorsed, that Attorney Martin knows them, and that you should do.
Investors Association is here to actively promote wealth building. I think we all like wealth. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. How much say we in the wrong room if we don't like wealth? Okay. Well, and that should put a smile to your face, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes. Association. Basically meaning that we go by the bylaws of the national RIA. We go by the ethics, the policies of the national RIA. So basically, we're not just an organization that doesn't have any checks and balances. We actually report to, if you will, to the national RIA. If you want more information about the national RIA, I would ask you to go to nareia.com. And for those of you taking note, that is nareia.com.
Actually going to be talking to you about slash your interest and the pill method, and she definitely hails from Ohio, and she is coming here in New York to actually give you this information. So without further ado, Ms. Diana Easley.
Thank you very much.
I am actually a closet New Yorker. I come here and get lost. I love this city. Eat it up. What is this, the Big Apple? I always take my bite. Okay. How many of you in here, like many Americans, have credit card debt, mortgage debt, student loan debt, and any other debts that go along with that? Car loans? All right. If you could actually save $1,000 this month, would you do it?
Yes.
If it was worth it to you, right? Cost and benefit. Now, what I do is I actually show people how to, I don't want to keep the microphone, show people how to slash their interest and debt in half using a system called the pill method. On a $200,000 mortgage, how far does this go? You can pick up the sheet in the back and also sign up for a private consultation. But on a $200,000 mortgage, your mortgage is $11.99.10 at 6%, and you'll pay back over $431,000, giving the bank $231,000 over a 30-year time frame. And I think that's too much. How about you? So what we do is we say, you know what? It's okay to give the bank some because they're a partner with us, right? However, why not cut it in half and give them $100,000 instead of $231,000? Okay. One of my first clients, she had a 30-year mortgage and she was slated to pay back $400,000, and she only gave the bank about $40,000 in interest, saving $160,000, and she's actually a banker. At her own bank, she said, you know what? I don't want them to have $160,000 in my salary, right? So, if you could save $1,000 this month, if you do have a mortgage, for example, if you have mortgages on any of your properties, one of my largest clients has 12 properties, and he's going to actually save over $1 million with this system. So, when you pay on a mortgage, it's compound interest. On that first month, you're going to pay $11.99.10 in January. So you actually give the bank $1,000 that month. And $200 is credited to you for equity. Okay? And so your balance of $200,000 goes down by $200. When you go to the next line, it's the same, but you add $1 to your favor. Okay? If you give the bank that principal amount of $200 in the second month, in February, if you give them that $200 that you would pay in principal in January, making the payment roughly, instead of $1,200, $1,400, the bank actually credits you for $1,000. So if you could do that this month, would you trade 200 to save 1,000? Absolutely. So that's what our system can do for you in showing you that. What I do is a private consultation, and I will run your numbers. I do not refinance. I take a snapshot of your financial picture, income and expenses, and I show you how to pay off 30 years, whether it be student loans, it doesn't matter what it is. I'll show you how to go from 30 years, and in this particular scenario, if you come to the back, is in a 10-year time frame. My first client, that was the banker, she actually really turned it over. I mean, she used steroids, I think. She turned her $192,000 mortgage over in 3 years, saving 27 years. So guess what, real estate investors, you are now in the game. She can now buy an additional 9 houses in that time frame. So what could that do for you in the New York area? Quite a bit. So now her portfolio, instead of the bank having that money, she's just created a few $1 million for herself. But the bottom line is, I'm actually the secretary of the local association, and I work with Beta Jones-Cox myself as well. She's been one of my mentors. And in our area, as a local secretary, I've helped quite a few people save. But on top of that, they're also able to purchase more real estate courses. As a real estate investor myself, as a prior landlord, it is extremely important that you manage your debt well, very well, so that you can stay in the game long term. Because 2 or 3 wrong turns, sometimes when you make a mistake, you cannot go back, okay? So this is nothing but a roadmap that I give to you, and once you have it for life. It is one of the most important, actually one of the most important aspects of our, I think of National RIA, is we are definitely, they love the product because what it's doing for real estate investors, but most importantly, you're actually going to be able to get your real estate investing course material for virtually almost free by using this system. Again, I won't say much more. Thank you.
So without further ado, I'm going to bring up our Home Depot provider. Home Depot offers a 2% rebate on your purchases, and he's going to actually talk to you about how that happens, and he has information for you at the back table. This is Peter Irvin, and he represents a large area. You're not only just New York, right? You're large, right? What you tell them that? You don't know something, right? Oh.
Hello everyone, how's everyone? Great. Good evening. Well, on behalf of New York RIA, Teresa Martin, attorney, and Natasha, I'd like to thank you for inviting me. Can you hear me? Yes. Great. It's a pleasure to be here. I've been defaulting on a couple of past invitations that have been extended, but due to other various issues, I wasn't able to make it, but I'm here now. I'm glad that I'm able to make it. Home Depot is a wonderful strategic partner of RIA nationwide, and of course here in New York. We feel it's very important that we partner with RIA, just to share that message with any potential investors or existing investors, how it is important that we're able to partner with RIA and really give you the tools, the resources, the vehicles, and the instruments to come to Home Depot, shop with us. There is a biannual rebate that we provide to you based on your net purchase. We also have credit that we provide. Citigroup is our strategic partner as well. They hold our receivables. So our actual Home Depot commercial cards that are private label cards they're Citigroup cards, but they have our names on them. It's a great partnership. So therefore, with building credit, if you are an investor or people who want to become an investor, even just have a home that you have a renter in, it allows you the ability to build your credit, utilizing Home Depot commercial credit cards. I'm told that I'm supposed to take 5 minutes of your time, so I will do that. But when you come back to the table, I can give you delve into a lot further and be a little more granular in terms of other programs that we offer. We also offer various rebate programs, various discount programs, volume pricing program that we have based on your projects. We also have 2 renovation services. Basically, we can play the role as a GC for you on small or large projects. And we have our saves you the headache of having to go and find someone and vet them and find that contractor that you may or may not know and trust. We're not going anywhere. We're a huge brand, publicly traded, in a very good space, a very good place. We have 2,400 stores in the lower 48 states. We have stores all over the world now, in China, Canada, and Mexico. But what it affords you here in New York City, once again, is to really connect with our pro team, because the Home Depot is really divided up into two core divisions. One is the consumer division, which I'm not a part of, but I'd love to assist on that in that area when I do have the opportunity. And my area is the pro division, the commercial division, that really engages and interacts with property investors, architects, government, municipalities, and once again, property investors and property managers, such as some of you are, or you strive to be in the near future. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on the pedal. Anyway, so be that as it may, take the time, come back. I have some pallets back, some information package back there. I said pallets. I think we move a lot of freedom. some information packages in the back there that will, it's got some good resources, enough to get you started. I have my business card in there. I have a wonderful commercial call center here in New York City that really is there for the pro customer, our commercial customer. It really allows you to, if you need quotes, if you need product information, that's nothing's too small. Once again, for our team, if you need any kind of information resources, we're a vast, a very large company, but we can be once again granular and assist you on many levels. Basically, that's it. I'll give back the mic.
Mr. Moore has really helped my RIA, myself personally, my clients, my foreclosure clients. He has helped me transform the way people look at credit and real estate. And he is an ambassador. He's going to tell you about himself. But I really want you to really give him your attention. I'm going to be up here because I'm going to be talking about the lease option seller financing part. And any questions at the end, I'll answer every legal question, every credit question. We also have Ms. Dominique Reese in the house who deals with this as well. And I might have her answer some questions as well. So, Dominique, I know I didn't put you on the spot. So, please, without further ado, bring up the man of the hour, Mr. William the Builder Moore.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is New York. I'm from Brooklyn. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. All right, excellent. I definitely want to thank Teresa Martin for bringing me up. I really want to thank Rhea for having me. How many people here come to these meetings every month? Okay, so that means you probably see me in the back or time or two. I was a guy with the music or setting the lights and all that. You know, you guys walk by me, didn't really speak. I think, hi, okay. Hey, hi. All that. But I was on my way, into Detroit, doing a seminar, and Teresa Martin says, you have to present in front of my rear group because enough is enough. And I said, wow, what do you mean? He says, so many things have not been accomplished simply because people are not understanding how credit works. So you have to come. I said, well, I do that, but I'm in Michigan right now, so I just can't. She said, find a way. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I need you to be here. So I said, okay, I'll come. I can only come for a couple of days, and then I have to go back out to Michigan. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to kind of talk to you now. What I want you to understand about myself is that I'm not a salesperson. I don't go around selling credit restoration. But can I tell you what I am?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
17 years in the military, I really don't need a mic. So this is how we're going to do this, okay? I'm going to be talking really with you, not at you, okay? So we're going to try it again. All right. So because I do yell a lot because 17 years I was an officer. I spoke with a lot of people, and Teresa Martin asked me, please don't yell today. So I will be using the microphone, okay, a nice calm voice. I'm not a salesperson, but can I tell you what I am? Yeah. Okay, I'm a recruiter. Woo! That's That's right. I love recruiting people. But you know what? Today, I'm taking off my recruiter hat. I'm not a recruiter today. Okay? I'm going to be an educator today. I want to talk to you about how credit works. One of the things that we're going to be talking about is definitely going to talk about understanding credit, how that works. The company that I work with, our products. I'm going to try to put together how real estate and credit come together. A lot of people are like, oh, of course, yes, that's just obvious. Yeah, it is, but not really if you don't understand it. So we're going to be talking about that. Also, we have a partnership program. I'm very happy that we were able to get started because there are a lot of people who wanted to be a part of our organization but didn't know how. So we're going to talk about the partner program, and then we're going to be scheduling strategy sessions. See, I'm not the kind of person who like come in and give all the hoorah and we all excited on Wednesday, and then Thursday it kind of dies down. I like follow-up, because fortune is in the follow-up. And I'm not going to tell you how many rah-rah sessions I've been a part of, and everybody's excited at 8 o'clock Wednesday, but it kind of changes 10 o'clock the next morning. Okay, so we're going to have some follow-up strategy. Let's talk about that guy for a second. Who is William Moore? What has he done? Okay, he's done a few things. As I mentioned before, my background is the Army. I was a major in the Army, 206 4th Sport Battalion, stationed out of Brooklyn. And then I went to the 369th Hellfighters in Harlem. Everybody know about the Hellfighters in Harlem? Yeah. Hello, holla, all right. But something funny happened. I couldn't get promoted. I couldn't get promoted as a colonel, and I found out it was because of my credit. Because of my credit score, I couldn't get a higher security clearance, which means I couldn't get promoted. How messed up is that? Do you think I knew that coming up as a second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain? They didn't tell us these things. They said, do you think when you're eligible, we'll promote you? Well, I did my thing, and I was eligible. I was 34 years old, eligible to become a light colonel. Now, some of y'all may not know that, but that's not bad at 34 years of age. Couldn't get promoted. That's how I found out really about how credit affected my everyday life. In 2007, because I was so just ticked off about it. I was in another business doing very well. I resigned my commission in 2004. 2007, Iraqi wars is a few years deep now, and they said, hey, we want to go to Afghanistan. I'm like, okay, Afghanistan, we can make that happen. I said, I'm not going as a major, I'm going as a colonel. Because see, when you're in war, when you're a colonel, you are in rear with the gear. See what I'm saying? Everybody else is fighting, you over here getting briefing. Okay? So I'm not going unless I'm a colonel. Let's be clear. So they sent someone to me. They said, okay, this guy's very good, he'll help you out. And he was a credit repair guy, and he made all these promises, charged me $2,500. I paid him $2,500. He went out of business 45 days later. There went my $2,500. Okay? Can you just imagine how upset I was at that time? Okay? My mentor actually referred this company to me. I was already, I felt like I got took. So I said, no, I'm not doing that. But he was my mentor. I trusted him. And I was amazed about what this company was able to do for me. First challenge cycle was just 60 days. I had 25 deletions, which was like, wow. My score went from something crazy, I'm not even going to tell you right now, 457, to just, something. That was bad. Okay? That's kind of bad. And I understand the Army's point now. The thing is, if you can't take care of your own finances, how are we going to expect you to take care of millions of dollars of our assets? Okay? But whatever, it turns out that 85% of what was on my credit report shouldn't have been there in the first place. So in other words, you're judging me on things that I hadn't even done. And so what this guy was able to do is, first of all, I went into business with this company and I just took it nationwide. New York was kind of slow. I was coming to New York and said, hey, let's do it. We can do it. Come on, let's make it happen. And you know how New Yorkers are. Come on. We did $3 million of business volume in 2.5 years, and people were like, that's when they started taking notice of us. They was like, wait a minute. You're a guy that have no sales background. You have no experience in credit restoration. How are we able to, do these miraculous things? And I said, it's all about networking. It's all about bringing people together. I didn't do the $3 million in sales. Our organization, our team, did those organizational sales. And then took control of his life. At the time, I was married, in Staten Island. My credit determined where I was going to live because it's embarrassing to go to a realtor's office. They got 3 books, Brooklyn, Queens, other. They look at your credit score, and they say you don't qualify for Brooklyn, you don't qualify for Queens. Oh, we have nice property in Staten Island. I don't want to live in Staten Island. Yeah, well, your credit dictated that's where you live. Okay? Going through the transition period. Nothing wrong with that now. It's just that I'm from Brooklyn. So I just would have rather stayed in Brooklyn, but my credit says no. Going through a divorce at that time, it's kind of hard because it's one of those situations I didn't want to get divorced, but she says I'm done. And I say, hey, I'll turn around. And so you turn around 3 times over, I'm done. I'm like, okay. You know, and going through that transition, but that's when I really kind of got to work. Here's some people that inspire me all the time. This is my daughter, only one that really believed in me. You know, when I first got involved in this business, she was 10 years old. She's now 19. And I made a deal with her. I said, listen, Daddy's going to do some things that, you know, you may not understand, which means I can't make all the soccer games, I can't make all the recitals, but I promise you, you know, that if you just stick by me. And she's the only one that did. And when she, you know, when she's able to go to school, I said, where do you want to go? Well, you know, Harvard did accept me, but that's okay. Here's the deal I'll make with you. Any school that accepts you that you want to go to, it's on me. And she said, Daddy, hold on now. Because, you know, my daughter knew me back in the day. She said, Dad, hold on now. Harvard's really, I said, if you want to go to Harvard, you just let me know how much it costs, and I'll pay for it. That's the deal I made with her by sticking by me. Okay? Well, she went to Harvard. She didn't really like the attitude. They were just like, he's in Brooklyn. She did, all right? So she goes to school now. She goes to Stony Brook in Long Island. She loves it. Stony Brook? Anybody go to Stony Brook? Yeah, okay. I didn't know anything about Stony Brook. I knew where it was in Long Island. That's all I knew. I love Stony Brook. It's nice out there. The people are friendly and all that. My daughter's kind of a nerd, though. She's kind of nerdy. She's into computer games. And not that computer games is nerdy. It's just that that's not where I'm from. So I was like, she talked to me in these language I can't understand. But it's all good. You know, she's my biggest fan. This woman here inspires me. She is 90 years old. All right. 90. That's my grandmother. Man, let me tell you something. And she ain't the regular 9-year-old. Okay, she got a Porsche. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You see how elegant she looks?
Yes.
That's just how I come from good stock. You know? I call her up and I hear, hey, I said, what's that? Yeah, I'm up on the roof. We got a hole in the roof. So I said, Grandma, you're up on the roof? So we're from Beckley, West Virginia. That's where our family's from. So we just got that Midwestern blue collar type of it. But these two people inspire me every day. These are my affiliations, ladies and gentlemen. As I told you before, I didn't do the 3 million. It's the people who I'm affiliated with. The people who allow us to do what we do. I'm also a loan ranger for Habitat for Humanity, which is a non-for-profit organization, where I love doing that. And I get a chance to talk about credit and just let people know how credit affects their everyday life. The Money Smart program at FDIC is another vehicle that allows you to take this thing on the road, take it national. So we're going to be talking about the wacky world of credit. One of the things that was that happened to me, a lot of people here, I'm pretty sure, went to school at some point. I went to Virginia State University down in Virginia, and I used to dread registration day. Registration day was just like crazy because you got huge classes and all that stuff. And one time they had me listed as Derek William Moore, 5'6", from Bellingham, Virginia. I'm like, that's not me. And they was like, well, that's what's on the computer. And I'm like, well, I understand that's what's on the computer, but that's not me. I mean, somebody had to program the computer and put it on there, so you're just reading basically what somebody put on there, but that's not me. I'm not 5'6", I'm not from Virginia, I'm from Brooklyn, and my name is not Derek William Moore, it's William Derek Moore. Well, just as something as simplistic as that, that's how credit works, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how when I go to people and I talk about credit, what they don't understand is that you have 3 companies. You have Experian, you have Equifax, and you have TransUnion. Those are the credit reporting agencies. Amongst those 3 companies, total is about 337 people that work collectively for those companies. They are handling accounts of countless millions of people. How many people we have in this country? There's about 317 million people in this country. Isn't it possible somebody's making an error? Yes. Isn't it possible? Yes. So if it's possible people are making an error, just like remember in the Army, I couldn't get promoted because of my credit score. But then 6 months later, my score went from a 457 to a 687, and just in that time period, simply because I had 25 deletions. So, could I went back to the Army? Hey man, did you guys see that? Did you understand there were mistakes made? No, by that time, it was too late. How many people in this room, how many people do you know are probably getting judged incorrectly simply because there are errors and mistakes on their credit report? And so